lets you control your finances. Kraken lets you buy Bitcoin. Kraken, see what crypto can be.
Yeah, yo. What up, people? How y'all doing out there, man? Trump about to come on in a few minutes. Things got delayed, so I promised I would come on and stream this and let people pay attention to what's going on here. So everybody that might be pulling up, people that's gonna watch the replay.
This is Mara, taking Bitcoin mining to the cutting edge of energy solutions. We're monetizing excess hydro energy in Paraguay, turning waste into value by reducing landfill emissions and recycling data center heat to warm communities in Finland. With Mara, we're building the base layer of a sustainable future. To learn more, visit mara.com.
Dollar will dramatically lose its purchasing power. The more they print, the more it gets diluted. Who it's good for is the people at the tippy top.
Because in order to keep the system going, they have to keep printing money.
We're waiting for Trump.
And Bitcoin is that tool that allows us to beat the money printer.
Everything was
Bitcoin is powerful in a way that is money that does not.
We're waiting for Trump. Donald Trump is going to be talking.
Bitcoin is built by the people for the people.
Special guest with him. So we're going to see what's going on here. We're going to stay live until this is over.
Welcome back to the Mara News Desk, powered by Bitcoin Magazine. I'm Pete Rizzo, editor at Bitcoin Magazine. The script
Clary Booker
is out the window. The main event
we in here
of Bitcoin 2024.
You said mute the video until it play. I bet.
Minutes away, we're waiting for Donald J. Trump and potentially expectations.
Wait, we might as well listen to them. They're gonna talk.
High strategic Bitcoin reserve potentially on the table. RFK yesterday making history with an aggressive policy plan was minutes away. We're waiting for Donald J. Trump and potentially a special guest. Expectations are high. Strategic Bitcoin reserve potentially on the table. RFK yesterday making history with an aggressive policy plan, calling on America to stockpile 4 million Bitcoin. Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy making the same appeal. We've got a new round of panelists to discuss as we await history to happen on the Nakamoto stage. I've got Matt Odell to my left, founder of 1031 Ventures. We've got Mr. Mike Germano, president of Bitcoin Magazine, and Q Gahimi. You know him as our roving reporter on the stream. He's been around the venue, talking with people, getting into the expectations, the insights, everything that's been going on. Obviously, a big announcement on stage before the waiting period that we're now entering. That
this market is probably going crazy.
Donald J. Trump is now a Bitcoiner. The Bitcoin community banding together to gift
it seems like they having
Bitcoin to Donald J. Trump. Mike, your reaction to this?
I'm gonna try to stall
Rizzo, I really appreciate you calling on me first as I came.
That on the stream, he's been around the venue, talking with people, getting into the expectations, the insights, everything that's been going on.
I don't know why I keep doing that. Can y'all hear me? Yo, Mike, check. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Let me see. He had the crowd high. This is insane. The stream is messing up. Wow. Yo, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? I don't know what the fuck is going on. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Let me put this back up on the screen again. I tried to back out to get everything right. I don't want to miss what this man is talking about, but even then we can still rewind it. So let me just put this back up on the screen again. I thought it was me, but it probably got something to do with them over there at Rumble. See, it's not showing. Let me refresh this screen. All right, there we go. We want to go live. Come on, folks. See how it say loading down there? So that wasn't me. That's them. This is total bullshit.
Save on a new Pulte home during our summer sales event. 10 days only through July 31st. Visit Pulte.com for details.
Man, it was. Why is it?
Get this AI assistant to plan your perfect agenda so you get more done in less time. Remove stress, hit deadlines, and clock off early with
generation of American success. I want to see America become the best country in the world to run a Bitcoin business. I want to see America become the best place
can y'all see everything in here?
To be an open source developer. And I want to see America
J-Dub in the building.
stacking the hardest asset that the world
has ever seen. You know what it is, bro? Oh, Denise Stewart said
we
hear you loud and clear.
This might really be a 1990s moment for Bitcoin. Really, the internet becoming mainstream during that decade, breaking through and with legislation in America, really powering economic productivity for the next decade. Q, your thoughts on how what Donald J. Trump might say on stage might compare to this time period where we know America embraced innovation and could do so again?
I mean, we are bearing witness to the game theory playing out in real time. When Jack Mallers announced El Salvador adopting Bitcoin in 22, it was an incredible moment. The euphoria in that room sends chills down my spine just talking about it. I could not imagine that just 2 years
Shout out to stocks and Bitcoin. Yes, y'all hear me loud and clear. Yeah, guys, we just watching this until Trump comes. I know it's a lot going on out there. But
you know, the only thing I think we're talking about
basically,
what Trump's going to do, there's one thing that Trump needs to do.
This is important.
The one thing he promised is he needs to free Ross on day one.
I don't know what's taking Trump so long, man. Maybe they securing the building, making sure everything's straight. They learn their lesson.
When we look at Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas,
should be here shortly. I don't know what's taking so long. They say he got delayed.
And that would be Ross.
So let's talk about Ross Ulbricht, founder of Silk Road. Of course, the reason that many people became Bitcoiners.
So let me see. We got Denise Stewart, J-Dub.
To Ross and his importance to this community and why so many people champion his cause.
I mean, I think at the core of the issue here is Ross has been in jail, often in solitary.
All right, so we got Bolo in the building, Kaz Butterfly, Clara Booker is in here. Appreciate you pulling up. Sassy 81, Exodore Hamlin, appreciate you, big dog. He said you need to pause that so we can hear you. All right, so I appreciate all of you guys pulling up, man. Bruntilda, what's up, Bruntilda? We in here. This is history about to be made, man. We're going to have a president talking about Bitcoin while they keep saying it's a scam. Shit is crazy,
such a crazy moment. And the fact alone that President Trump has come down to Nashville to the largest Bitcoin conference in the world to talk about Bitcoin and talk about innovation in America is a massive achievement in itself. that not enough people appreciate at this moment, but they will appreciate in 2 decades. They will appreciate in 3 decades. They will look back on it and be like, that was it. That was the paradigm shift right there.
We're waiting for Donald J. Trump to take the main Nakamoto stage with a special guest. Of course, we're talking about something more somber, the freedom of Ross Ulbricht at stake in election 2024, meaningful for a country and a community, but also meaningfully for a family. Mike, I know you've spent time with some
it's
of Ross's
crazy how
family,
Bitcoin is in the
know the
mainstream
cause,
media.
know the movement.
But how
This is
long you
something that
already
people
been
who
talking about it?
reported on
Bro,
the scene know
J
well the
Dub,
tale of Lynn
salute to
Ulbricht
you,
and,
bro.
and
At
the
least you've been
family.
paying
Wondering if you
attention,
could
bro.
speak to
I've
that.
been talking about
Look,
this
as
shit.
someone who's a parent myself, to think about not being able to see your kid is a thought I don't want to have. And so when you see Lynn, and she keeps coming every year, you make
Now
you
it's
wanna do
getting
a little bit more. It makes
mainstream.
you do the research.
What up,
It
Gerald
makes you
Harris?
wanna wear the free t-shirts,
So
the
if you
10,000
know, if
t-shirts
you
we
pay
have
attention,
outside.
J Dub, I've been
Everybody in
on
that
point with
auditorium
this.
right now who's wearing a t-shirt, right?
Almost like I've
They
been
all
able to
wanna
see the
that happen
future.
too. They get to be part of this movement. And if you didn't have, a mom like Lynn, I don't
Not
think
really, man. I
this
just did
movement would
research.
be
That's
here.
all.
And
I wish it
I
would
would like
stop
to say,
lagging
even
like
at
that.
Bitcoin Magazine, every single employee, free Ross
Tisha,
t-shirts,
what's up,
free
Tisha?
stuff on
Appreciate
everything.
you pulling
I wanna give
up.
a
We
shout out
in
to
here.
Tommy.
We waiting.
Tommy,
We
our
waiting on
resident
Trump, man.
crazy
Let's go,
designer,
Trump.
Push free Ross everywhere.
Right,
He
this
deserves
has
a little
been
credit.
a core advocacy push from Bitcoin Magazine. Any issue, if you go online, subscribe now, you'll find a free Ross ad. So, Mike, maybe as the publisher of Bitcoin Magazine, you can tell us why we've sent that message to so many
I'm day
people.
one
through
on
our
your
magazine.
Bitcoin Live. Salute.
Well,
Yup.
number one, it's
Yup.
because
And
the
you always
magazine
kept it
team,
100 with
owns
that, bro.
Top
You been
Sound
in
ad,
here.
puts a
G
free
Chill,
Ross
what's
ad
up,
in
man?
anyways
Trump
in
on the
town.
way.
So I don't have a choice. But I think that's what it means for, once again, Ross helped a lot of us maybe buy our first Bitcoin for didn't matter what reason, right? And more importantly, it's a movement that is something we're excited to get behind. And as a publisher of a print magazine, we want to just thank all the people who subscribe to it. If you didn't do that, we wouldn't have had the money to do the long-form journalism. We wouldn't have had the money to put on this
Make
event.
sure
So
we
we really
up to
appreciate
date.
those who believe in our
So-
cause too. And so we'd have to believe in a cause like freeing
we
Ross.
live. We still live.
Moments away from Donald J. Trump taking the stage, we're told a special guest is on the way. We want to back up. This is a historic moment. People from around the country coming in for the first time. Mike, you mentioned Dr. Ron Paul on this stage earlier today, speaking to the hundreds of thousands of people watching really about his personal life, his crusade against central banking, about the monetary policy issues that are affecting America, and of course the economy. Such a big deal this year. People just feel like they can't get ahead. The TikTok videos
Not a
going
financial
viral. People
advisor,
don't
facts.
understand what's happening to them. To the average American voter who's coming to this for the first time, seeking answers, we say Bitcoin fixes this. What does this mean, Matt Odell?
I didn't realize you're going to call on me. I just want
you sit next to me.
I just want to say that after we free Ross, I would really like to see in the American government and across the American political spectrum the priority be placed
Facts, man.
that America
Hustle
becomes
your
a
baseball
place
card,
where
your
code
baseball
is
collection,
protected
startup
speech.
money for your
I believe the
Bitcoin
Constitution
mindset.
already
Yo, that's a
protects
good-
it. I
that's a good
believe
way
that
to
we
think,
have
man.
developers
You take
right
one
now that are
investment,
sitting
flip
in
it to
jail.
another. That's a good
One
one.
notably being Samurai developers that should be freed immediately, and that protections should be in place going forward so that developers of open source software, non-custodial software that does not touch money, are not treated as money transfer businesses, and that are properly treated as protected speech writers.
Q, want to take you into this conversation. Of course, central banking, monetary policy concerns around the world. Maybe take the viewers at home into your thought process here.
I mean, everyone feels it. We all see it when we go to the grocery store. We all see it when we're trying to fill up our tank of gas. We spent some time yesterday talking about this. You would be hard-pressed to find someone who has not felt the effects of our terrible monetary decisions here in America and beyond as well. It's important to also recognize the fact that while the world relies on the dollar and we have felt inflation, the rest of the world has consistently seen higher and higher inflation than what we have stateside. So if you think it's bad here, it only gets worse
Julia
and worse.
Graham,
the
what's
further
up,
out you
Julia?
go. I'm going to continue to hammer this point home.
Hey,
But the
Denise
fact
Stewart,
of the
that's a
matter
good
is,
thing.
we
Just
have such a financial
appreciate
privilege
that.
to
I see.
be in America,
All you have to do
in
is
the country
listen,
that has
because
the
he's going to be
global
doing
reserve
all the
currency.
talking. When Trump
Most
starts
of the
talking, I
world,
ain't saying
the
nothing.
majority of the world is unbanked, and Bitcoin is an opportunity for them to have access to money and store their wealth in a way that they just don't have.
We're going to go to a quick break now before we're bringing up another special guest, and we are still awaiting history. It's coming, folks. Donald J. Trump in the building at the Bitcoin Conference at Music City Center here in Nashville, Tennessee. Stay with us. We'll be right back on X, YouTube, and Rumble. Stay tuned.
The Bitcoin Conference. Amazing 5 years and 8 conferences, thanks to all of you. Bitcoin Conference has become the largest premier global
C-Child, what's up, C-Child, man? We ahead. Donald Trump about to speak, man.
While Miami was incredible, it was time to set the stage for Bitcoin in a new city. So we took the conference on the road. Nashville, Tennessee was the...
I've been watching a little bit, you know, in and out. JFK, not JFK, I always get it confused. Robert Kennedy, he came on. He said if he get elected, he's not gonna have any capital gains tax. I said, what? I'm like, I want him to get elected now. You see that everybody worry about politics and all that, man. I'm worried about my portfolio. Straight up, he said he want to get capital gains tax eliminated from Bitcoin. What did he say? Yeah, see, Charles, you might want to stay here just for a minute, man. When Donald Trump finish, yeah, I'm gonna end the live stream. You know, we could chat about whatever we heard him say. But my kids is here, they chilling, so of course they're gonna watch what the daddy watch.
Excess hydro energy in Paraguay,
Bitcoin mine,
turning waste into value by reducing landfill emissions and recycling data center heat to warm communities in Finland. With Mara, we're building the base layer of a sustainable future.
This is what it is about.
To learn more, visit mara.com.
Mining like people think about gold.
Anyone can be a part of the Bitcoin economy. It's like a good church.
Because it's an ethical ideology, there are many people that feel very spiritual about it.
I think that Bitcoin has those characteristics to be not just the most Islamic form of money, but the most Jewish and the most Christian form of money as well.
Bitcoin is just another step in the technological development of how we can serve God better.
It is trying to remove politics from money. Bitcoin can make the world a better place.
Thing we could talk about. Yup. What the hell is going on? Why do they keep doing this, man? They need to get their shit together over there at Rumble.
To be not just the most Islamic form of money, but the most Jewish and the most Christian form of money as well.
Bitcoin is just another step in the technological development of how we can serve God better.
It is trying to remove politics from money. Bitcoin can make the world a better place.
See, it stopped in the same spot.
It is trying to remove politics from money. It is trying to remove politics from money. Bitcoin can make the world a better place.
They got this big gold thing coming, and this dude. Are you joking me right now? Man, I've been waiting for this dude to speak all day, and you gonna do me like this?
4 weeks ago, we weren't even expecting to have in the hall with everybody. He got in the hall with everybody. We are
talking about and with
this is Rumble need to get their stuff together.
It is trying to remove politics from money. Bitcoin can make the world a better place.
See, this is embarrassing. This ain't me. This the video. It's the video itself doing this. This is trash. This is super trash right now, man. I am pissed. This how they gonna do me. Let me see. Push play right here. I'm about to refresh this screen again because this is getting on my damn nerves, man.
Here at RE Bikes, we run a lot of different projects through Slack. Often we're trying to chase down a bunch of different people, different schedules, and huddles in Slack makes it really easy to just jump on a quick call together, problem solve, and move on to the next thing.
Look, somebody's saying sabotaging, refresh. See, it ain't me, guys. Refresh, screen bubble.
And
is
Are
for
they
everyone.
serious right now?
And I think ultimately,
and recycling data center
Refresh your
heat
browser.
for
I did
communities
that.
in Finland. With Mara, we're building
I'm
the
reading
base
this
layer
chat
of
over
a
here on
sustainable
Rumble.
future. To learn more, visit mara.com.
How is this the
and is for everyone. And I think ultimately, while people might have a
Matrix attack? See, the chat
Get
is saying
this
the same
AI
thing, so it
assistant
ain't
to
me,
plan your
guys.
perfect
This is
agenda
from
so you get more done in less time.
Trump
Remove
on.
stress, hit deadlines,
Go to
and clock off early with
RSVN.
Motion. Got a new project?
No, it's
Just
not.
add it to Motion,
What's
set the
happening?
deadline,
Keep the
how
stream
long
down.
you
We
think
got
it should
pumping.
take,
We
and
got
how
Trump.
urgent it is, and boom. Motion blocks out time on your
Come on,
calendar.
man. Stop this bullshit, bro.
Get this AI assistant to plan your perfect agenda so you get more done in less time. Remove stress, hit deadlines, and clock off early.
Knowing what we have with Church Mutual, that gives me a lot of peace. You don't feel like they're just upselling you.
and is for everyone.
See, in the American
Driving me crazy. It's just fucking
This
bullshit,
is Mara,
man.
taking Bitcoin mining to the cutting edge of energy
Oh
solutions.
my God, he's standing there. Hold on,
We're
I got
monetizing
another link.
excess
Hold on, guys.
hydro energy in
'Cause
Paraguay,
this shit right here in the way.
turning waste into value.
This right here in the way. Don't go nowhere. We about to get this right. I see him on the stage. What is it called? Oh my God, they playing the man music. Hold on. I am pissed. You talking about pissed? Live now. Hold on. I got it. I got it. I see it. I got it, guys. It's coming right now.
You can take 2 hours, 3 hours, the hell with the people that have been waiting out here, but I'm sure they don't mind either. But it is a great honor, and a lot of things are happening in the world. We just heard, you probably heard, that Israel was just attacked.
Here we go.
Severely attacked.
Michelle
And
Bryan, what's up?
Hezbollah looks
Go low
like.
in here. If
And
you know,
this
you
is
know.
things that
Salute
won't
to you.
happen. I mean, you just
I got the
can't-
link.
They
Appreciate
have to
it, Clara.
respect us. They have to respect. They cannot do this. They cannot do this. What they did just now with that attack is terrible. Just happened. And so to all, God bless everybody. This is so serious. They have to respect our country. This would never have happened with us, and we just cannot let it continue. So we just wish them all a lot of luck. This happened as I'm walking on the stage. Most of you have heard about it, but it's a terrible thing. But I'm thrilled to be here in Nashville to become the first American president ever to address a Bitcoin event anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. I want to thank David Bailey for inviting me, special guy. You know, this whole love affair sort of started. David, about 4 months ago, was at Mar-a-Lago. I took a picture with him. I mean, he's a nice-looking guy. He's okay. He's out here someplace. But I took a picture. It got published, Trump and David Bailey. All of a sudden, your industry went through the roof. So, David, congratulations. Whatever the hell you do, you did a hell of a job. But as well as all of the Bitcoin luminaries and legends here, you have a legends in this room. They really are. Congratulations. Would the legends please stand up? Oh, everyone's standing anyway. That's nice. I used to say, sit down, everybody, sit down. But it's nice when they stand, including Tyler and Cameron. Do you know who that is? Winklevoss. These are great guys. They look like male models with a brain, you know? They're male models with a big, beautiful brain. Michael Saylor is here.
Let's go, Michael Saylor. That's a big
Wood. Kathy Wood.
Kathy Wood. Listen to Trump.
Ron Paul and Rand Paul are here. Vivek is here. Vivek Ramaswamy. Where's Vivek? Where are you, Vivek? There he is. He's great. A man that I call Bob, but you probably know him as Kid Rock.
Chicago.
Where's Kid Rock?
Kid
Where
Rock.
is he? He's great. He's a good guy and a talented guy and another talented guy. He was so incredible. This one, he went and he
Malika
played
CC,
at
appreciate you.
the funeral of a great fireman who was killed, fire chief, killed a week and a half ago at the rally. And Billy Ray Cyrus went and played music for the family, and it was supposed to be so incredible. I've heard so many things about it. And Billy Ray Cyrus is here. Where's Billy Ray? He's around here someplace. And he's great. He's a conservative guy. Said, how did you get such a liberal daughter? How did that happen, Billy Ray? And by the way, Kid Rock was incredible at the convention. You probably saw him. You saw him?
All right, Trump,
He
let's
was
get
great.
it, man. Talk.
He was great. Another one, Jake Paul. You don't want to fight this guy. You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today. But he's a fantastic guy, very talented guy in a lot of ways. The Governor Joe Lombardo, who's fantastic, and we're doing well in his state. And he's going to make sure that there's no hanky-panky going on. And if that happens, we're going to win his great state. But you know who he is, and he's a fantastic governor. Senators Bill Hagerty, Marsha Blackburn, Cynthia Lummis, Tim Scott. And Tim was great. Boy, I'll tell you, he was such a strong voice for me. He was on so many shows and did such a great job. During the primaries, he was incredible. I want to thank him, special guy. They're all special people. They're warriors. Tommy Tuberville, you know Tommy Tuberville, senator from Alabama. And you have many members of Congress, Andy Ogles, Thomas Massey, John Rose, Mark Green and French Hill, and the next U.S. Senator from Ohio. I hear he's doing very well, Bernie Moreno. Where is Bernie? I hear Bernie's doing well. The great Laura Loomer. Some of you know Laura. She's a fantastic person, great woman. And a tremendous developer from New York and Florida, one of the best, Steve Witkoff, and he's got his son Alex with him today. That's an incredible family, development family. They've been supporters from the beginning. Howard Lutnick, Cantor Fitzgerald, incredible, one of the truly brilliant men of Wall Street.
Yeah, I'm watching.
And a whole group of his distinguished guests and a lot of our distinguished guests. We have a lot of other people here, and I won't bother anymore. That's enough. Because we have to talk about crypto. We have to talk about Bitcoin. We have to talk about all these great companies. But our country is blessed to have the extraordinary talent, energy, and genius represented in this room. It really is great genius. Not all of you, but most of you. Many of you. But this is the kind of spirit that built America, and this is the spirit that's going to help us make America great again. That's what we're doing. I stand before you today filled with respect and admiration for what the Bitcoin community has achieved. It's incredible, actually. I sort of say to my sons, it's like incredible because they know so much about it. They're so aware of it, much more so than people that are a little bit older. But I say this is the steel industry of 100 years ago. It really is. I think you're just in your infancy. I can see it happening. In just 15 years, Bitcoin has gone from merely an idea posted anonymously on an internet message board to being the 9th most valuable asset anywhere in the world. Can you believe that? Is that right? That's a big deal. Think of that. It's already bigger than ExxonMobil. Soon it will be surpassing the entire market cap of silver. It's not bad. How about gold? How about gold? Let's go gold. And one day it probably will overtake gold, but based on the way it's going now, it could very well be a possibility. There's never been anything like it, and I don't think you've ever seen anything like it. And most people have no idea what the hell it is. You know that, right? So what happens when they figure it out? That's going to really be something. Bitcoin is not just a marvel of technology. As you know, it's a miracle of cooperation and human achievement and a lot of relationships that are formed. I just did a meeting, a roundtable with a lot of the leaders, and it's amazing. There's a great camaraderie. It's really interesting. Obviously there's competition, but there's a relationship, there's a friendship that's developed with a lot of these people. I noticed it. I don't usually see that too often. I see the opposite, actually. They want to get each other. They want to kill each other. These guys have a great feeling. Very smart people, too. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished. This room is amazing. The people in this room, high IQ individuals. I'm running against a low IQ individual, her. I'm not even talking about him, her. I got a low IQ individual. The reason I've come to address the Bitcoin community today can be summed up in two very simple words: America first. Because if we don't do it, China is going to be doing, others are going to be doing it. Let's do it and do it right. My vision is for an America that dominates the future. We have the best economy, the highest standard of living, the safest and most beautiful cities. And by the way, when I say safest, our cities are going to hell right now. Our cities are going to hell. We're going to fix our cities. We're going to work with Democrats that have destroyed our cities, but we'll work with them, and we're going to get our cities back. We're going to bring our country back. And we really were the freest and the most ambitious, most dynamic nation ever to exist on Earth, and we're going to get that back again, because we're not there now. We're a nation in decline. You know it. We know it. Doesn't sound nice. But it's okay, because we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back fast. Right now, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what's happened. Even today, when you look at what we just said, that would never have happened if they respected our country. If we don't embrace crypto and Bitcoin technology, China will, other countries will. They'll dominate, and we cannot let China dominate. They are making too much progress as it is. And we want them to be successful. I don't want China to be successful, but we have to be the most successful. That's what's gonna happen. I want the United States to be first in technology, first in science, first in manufacturing, first in artificial intelligence, and first in space. You know, at MIT, my uncle was a professor there, Dr. John Trump. He would have fit in with this room very nicely, actually. That's why I mention it. And I believe he was the longest-serving professor in the history of MIT. He graduated. We have a very intelligent family, actually. He graduated tremendously. I think he has 3 different degrees, but they said, "Would you like to stay on, John, and be a professor?" "Well, I've got a lot of offers," I assume he said, "but I've got a lot of offers." Well, we'd like... He was there for, I believe, 41 years. When I was in the White House, the head of MIT came to see me, and they presented me with a book on my uncle. He was a legendary guy in the academic world and in the world of MIT. So I understand a lot about what you're doing, and I have great respect for highly intelligent people. And you are highly intelligent. America's destiny is to lead our rivals in everything and to surrender our industries to no one. To no one. You know, some of you are involved with AI, but you also have the same thing. You need a thing called electricity. You need a lot of electricity. You know, AI needs to be really dominant, and China can do it much easier. We have environmental impact statements to do, but we're going to do things that nobody thought were possible. You need tremendous amounts of electricity. You need double the electricity of the entire electricity that we have right now in the United States to dominate. And we'll get that done. Who would think we can get that done? But we're going to get it done. We'll be having power plants built at the sites. We'll be releasing people from certain ridiculous requirements. and we'll be using fossil fuel to make electricity because we're going to have to. We'll be using nuclear. We'll be doing it in an environmentally friendly way. But we will be creating so much electricity that you'll be saying, please, please, President, we don't want any more electricity. We can't stand it. You'll be begging me, no more electricity, sir. We have enough. We have enough. You know, in the Midwest, they just opened, it was very interesting, they just opened up 2 chargers, you know, a charger for the electric cars. And you know, I love Elon. He's great. He endorsed me and great endorsement and everything else. But not everybody has to have an electric car. I told him that. So we're going to get rid of that mandate, if you don't mind. Some people want gasoline-propelled cars. Some people want a hybrid. And some people like an electric car. They're great. I think they're great. I think what he's done is great. And I think he understands it. I guess he probably wouldn't have endorsed me. He knows where I am on this. But he did. And it's just like they did these chargers in the Midwest. There are 8 of them. They spent $9 billion to build 8 chargers to charge up a car. And at that rate, it would cost approximately $12 trillion to put the chargers around. Somehow that's not working. The country would have to file for Chapter 11. We'll do a chapter, you know, it's called Chapter 7 instead of a Chapter 11, but it's the equivalent. No, we have to use our brain. We have to be, we are the party of common sense, okay? We have to have common sense. But what we do have to do is we have to produce tremendous electric for AI and for all of the other things, including the things that you're doing. And we'll get it produced, and we're going to get it produced fast, or we're not going to be able to compete with China and other countries. So we're going to get it produced fast. This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen. No, you're going to be very happy with me. You're going to be so happy. You're going to say he's the greatest guy. That's why I'm proud to be the first major party nominee in American history to accept donations in Bitcoin and crypto. And they've made a lot of them, I might tell you, and I appreciate it. Since we made that announcement on May 21st, we have already raised $25 million, much of it in Bitcoin, crypto, and others that are very, very good also. But as you know, our excitement about the future of Bitcoin and crypto could not be more difficult from the approach of our opponents. Can't be, look, our opponents have gone a difficult route. They're going old-fashioned stuff. We're going to take it right down the middle. We're so different from anybody else in terms of a campaign. First of all, we understand it. They don't understand it. They are blocking your path. They're blocking your way. But I've made it a lot easier for you because the SEC has been very, very tough on you. And now they see that you've embraced me. All of a sudden, people that were under investigation, they're being let go. They're saying, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We love crypto. Let me tell you, if they win this election, every one of you will be gone. They will be vicious. They will be ruthless. They will do things that you wouldn't believe. But right now, because of me, they're leaving you alone. So please say thank you, President Trump. Thank you very much. And the reason they're doing that is I've heard from some of your great geniuses that talk to me about this subject. I've heard from Vivek. 175 million people in some form are involved with this world of crypto and Bitcoin and all of the others, 175 million. So when they heard that, they said, let's be nice to them, at least until after the election. So I've taken a lot of pressure off a lot of people. A lot of people are very happy today that about 3 months ago weren't so thrilled. For 3.5 years, is that right? Look, he just said that's right. And you know it's right. For 3.5 years, the current administration has waged a war on crypto and Bitcoin like nobody's ever seen before. For those who work in this industry, they target your banks, they choke off your financial services. Have people seen that? Yes? Yeah, they have. Plenty of hands up. They block ordinary Americans from transferring money to your exchanges. They slander you as criminals. But that happened to me too, because I said the election was rigged. He said the election was rigged. He should spend the rest of his life in jail for making that statement. Of course, they say it about us, and it's okay, right? No. And by the way, we're doing very well in the election. You know, we lost a candidate recently, crooked Joe Biden. And I thought, we lost this wonderful person. You know, he's actually a terrible human being, if you want to know the truth, so don't feel sorry. And we have another he's the worst human being, and I sort of made an analogy last night. Last night, think of this, I was speaking in front of a very powerful and very strong, very religious group, Christians, evangelicals, Christians. And then today I come in front of Bitcoin, and now I'm going to Minnesota to do a rally. You think my life is so great, don't you, huh? But I cover a lot of territory. I go from religion to Bitcoin to a rally. And I don't get it mixed up like other people do. Where they come out and they say, may God bless everybody involved in the Bitcoin world. But actually, we mean that because you need blessing, because you've got to do something very spectacular. But we had an incredible time last night talking to Christians, largely Christians, a Christian group. And this is so great. And then we have a very big rally in Minnesota. Hasn't been one since 1972. Richard Nixon, can you believe it? And I think we're leading Minnesota. But there's some hanky-panky that goes on in Minnesota. But I think we're doing good. So we're going to leave here. We're going to go there for a big rally. But this is such an honor to be with you. Sadly, when we see the attacks on crypto, it's a part of a much larger pattern that's being carried out by the same left-wing fascists who weaponize government against any threat to their power. They've done it to me. Did you see I just won the big case in Florida? Thank you very much. The big case. Thank you very much. Good. Now, it's a big case. That was the document case. I have Presidential Records Act on my side. Biden didn't. By the way, Biden, they said, here's what they said. They said, he's guilty as hell, but we're not going to charge him because he's incompetent. I won the case the old-fashioned way. It's called you win. I wouldn't have wanted to win the way he won. Trump won the case because they called him incompetent. Think of this. So they called him incompetent. So he's incompetent to run for trial, to stand trial, but he's not incompetent to run the country. How does that work? But he's not it anymore because he didn't do particularly well in the debate. Did anybody watch the debate? Not too many people. Somebody said to me, you did horribly in the debate. I said, why? He said, because there's no way he can continue forward. That's how bad he was. I said, I understand that, and that's exactly what happened, actually. We had a great debate. It was a tremendous debate, actually, and since then, hey, look, you have to open the eyes. You have to see what's going on. We have a country to run. The problem is that Kamala is worse than Joe. She's worse. She's a radical left lunatic, defund the police, all of the different things. And so far she's got a little honeymoon going on right now, but when people hear about her, and she's against crypto, by the way, and she's against it very big. So I just want to let you know, you got to get out. You got to get out and vote. It should be no surprise that these same totalitarians are hell-bent on crushing crypto and obliterating, and that's what they want to do, and that's what they are stated. Well, I mean, they're there right now. You have the SEC, you know what they're doing, obliterating Bitcoin. The reason could not be more clear, because Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government, coercion, and control.
That's great. That's what I want to hear, Trump.
The Biden-Harris administration's repression of crypto and Bitcoin is wrong, and it's very bad for our country. It's really quite un-American. As you know, 6 days ago, we officially defeated the worst president in the history of the United States. I believe he was the worst president in the history of the United States. Think of it. Millions and millions of people have come into our country. They've come in from jails. They've come in from, think of it, insane asylums, mental institutions. They've come in as terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now. The same people that you just heard about from Israel, that did that in Israel, they're coming in and nobody checks them. Nobody knows what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. They've lost control of our country, and only bad things can happen. So it's not going to be that way. We're not going to let that happen. We're beating them, and we're beating them badly, and we have to make sure that we do. We need to do it for our country. And you can't just be a fighter and have your man lose the fight, or woman, but in this case, a man. He's losing the fight. He's down by 15, 16, 17 points. They say that you're not going to win, Joe. You got to get out. He didn't want to get out. He said, I'm not getting out. He said, you're getting out. He said, I'm not getting out. I got 14 million votes. I'm not getting out. They said, if you're not getting out, we're going to institute the 25th Amendment on your mental competence. He said, like I said before, I think I'm going to get out. Okay? And they got him out. But it's like, think of this. You fight, you're in a campaign. You spend a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and he's losing. And then they say, let's take him out of the fight. We'll put a new fighter in there. The new fighter is her, probably my second choice. He will always be my first choice, but she'd be my second choice. And again, if we don't win this race, and I know you're not that political, but you have to be political because your whole thing, I mean, you have a lot of politics involved in what you do. If we don't win this race, this country could be finished as we know it. This country is going to be in bad shape, and we have to be in there. We have to fight, and we have to win. And I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be over. It will end. It'll be done. It'll be done. The moment I'm sworn in, the persecution stops and the weaponization ends against your industry. And as long as I'm in the Oval Office, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, do you remember? Yes, I'm an Indian. Yes, she said, I'm an Indian. Why are you an Indian? You don't look like an Indian. No, no, my mother told me I have high cheekbones. Oh, that's why she was an Indian. So I named her Pocahontas. Elizabeth Warren and her goons, and she's very nasty to you. She hates your people. She hates everything about you. Will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to let it grow. We're going to let it grow. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman. I didn't know he was that unpopular.
He said, day one he gonna fire that man.
I didn't know he was that unpopular. Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. Whoa.
Let's go, Trump.
And we'll appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing. And Kamala Harris wants to make him Treasury Secretary. That's not good. That's not good. He was Hillary Clinton's finance person. Did you know that? Crooked Hillary. Remember Crooked Hillary? Do you remember her? Anybody remember? He was the finance chairman of Hillary Clinton's campaign against a gentleman known as Donald Trump. Not a popular person within the... Actually, She came to my wedding. Do you know that? To our great First Lady, Melania. She came to our wedding, and Bill came to our wedding. But it's amazing things when you run for office, a lot of things change in your life. A lot of things change. As president, I will immediately shut down Operation Choke Point 2.0. They want to choke you. They want to choke you out of business. We're not going to let that happen. And no longer will your government sit by and watch as Bitcoin jobs and businesses flee to other countries because America's laws are too unclear and too tough and too angry and too stiff. We will keep each and every Bitcoin job in the United States of America. That's what we're going to be doing. Upon taking office, I will immediately appoint a Bitcoin and Crypto Presidential Advisory Council. Would anybody like to be on that particular council? Please raise your hand. Their task will be to design transparent regulatory guidance for the benefit of the entire industry, and they will get it done in 100 days. We will have regulations, but from now on, the rules will be written by people who love your industry, not hate your industry, people that want to make it clear and simple, straightforward and fair, people that want to see your industry thrive, not dive. Next, I will immediately order the Treasury Department and other federal agencies to cease and desist all steps necessary, because, you know, there's a thing going on in your industry. They want to move the creation of a central bank digital currency. It's over. Forget it. CBDC. There will never be a CBDC while I'm president of the United States. And I will always defend the right to self-custody. Self-custody.
Yes.
You're going to have a great industry. You're going to have a great industry, and we're going to be fuel for your industry, not demolish your industry. America will once again be a nation that protects property rights, privacy, freedom of transaction, freedom of association, and freedom of speech. We're going to change we're going to go back to the old days when we were a nation that was building, not a nation that was eating itself alive from within. As part of our effort to provide regulatory clarity, we will create a framework to enable the safe and responsible expansion of stable coins. Do you know what a stable coin is? Does anybody know? Please raise your hand. Allowing us to extend the dominance of the U.S. dollar to new frontiers all around the world. America will be richer, the world will be better, and there will be billions and billions of people brought into crypto economy and storing their savings in Bitcoin. So that's pretty much the way it is. Those who say that Bitcoin is a threat to the dollar have the story exactly backwards. I believe it is exactly backwards. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The behavior of the current U.S. government is really threatening the dollar. The danger to our financial future does not come from crypto. It comes from Washington, D.C. It comes from trillions of dollars in waste, rampant inflation, and open borders while giving welfare and free health care to all of the illegal aliens that are pouring into our country by the millions and millions and millions. It comes from printing hundreds of billions of dollars to fund endless wars overseas while our cities are like combat zones here at home. 2 weeks ago in Chicago, 117 people were shot and 17 died. Afghanistan doesn't have anything like that. You know, you think about tough places. Look at what's happening with our cities. What's happening in the last 3 years, last 3.5 years. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Think of it, 117 over 4th of July weekend. 117 people were shot and 17 died. This is the United States of America? I don't think so. By the way, when I was president, we had no wars. We had no new wars. We didn't start any. Remember when Hillary said, he'll start wars. Look at his personality. No, I said, my personality will keep us out of wars. But we finished off some of the old ones like ISIS, which they said would take 5 years to do, maybe more. We did it in 4 weeks. We beat ISIS in 4, because we have a great military, and it's not a woke military, by the way. Maybe some of the people on top are woke, but this is not a woke. I got to see that first when I looked at what they did and what they did for me. They were unbelievable. They did things that nobody thought were possible. Our real generals and our soldiers, there's no woke. They're trying to get them to be woke, but these people are not going to go woke, I can guarantee you that. With your support this November, we will restore competence and we will restore common sense to our nation's capital. Because ultimately, it is about, it's not, are you conservative? Are you liberal? Are you progressive? They like progressive. It sounds so nice, right? It'll destroy our country. It's actually become a terrible word. It'll destroy our country. But it's not about that. It's about common sense. We want to bring common sense back in. This is all common sense that we're talking about today. And Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before, even beyond your expectations, and you are the people that are doing it. As we stop the war on crypto, we will immediately, and we'll do this very quickly, begin to build our economy, because when America is prospering, Bitcoin is soaring, and it'll go up with it. We had the greatest economy ever, and we will soon have it again. Under the Trump administration, the typical middle-class family income rose by $6,000 a year. People don't like mentioning that. America had more money to save than at any time in many decades. As a result, during my 4 years in office, now you have to listen to these numbers. These numbers are like beautiful. And I don't want to repeat myself. Listen to these numbers. As a result, during my 4 years in office, Bitcoin surged by 3,900%, from $898 the day I took office to $35,900 the day I left. That was the biggest jump, I guess, in just about any industry. Think of that. Now compare that to just after 3.5 years of Biden and Harris, adjusted for inflation, Bitcoin is up 50%. Now, 50% sounds good, but not when you're comparing it to almost 4,000%, right? 50%. You know, normally you say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's not put that into the speech. No, 50% is not good. When people can't afford groceries or rent, they have no savings to store in Bitcoin. This administration caused the biggest inflation in the history of our country, and that's what's happened. Our people are being wiped out. From the very first day we take back the White House, we will replace the Biden-Harris economic stagnation with a brand new Trump economic boom. You're going to have a tremendous boom. You know, you have a lot of great analysts out there. Scott, I'm talking about you, Scott, one of the greatest of all, and others that say the stock market's going up because they think Trump is going to be elected. And if Trump isn't elected, this country's going to go into a depression the likes of what you had in 1929. And I hope that's not true, but I can understand it, and I can understand what they're saying. The stock market gain, they think, is because looks like we're going to win the election. And I don't know what's going to happen with the election. You know, they cheat like hell, and I don't know what's going to happen. But if we win it, this country is going to be boomtown. It's going to be booming like it never boomed before. The current administration's economic plan includes trillions in new spending and $5 trillion tax hikes. They want the expiration of the Trump tax cuts to take place. They want a wealth confiscation tax so that when you make all of your money that you're going to make and all of the people you're going to employ, they want to take away your money in the form of a first-time ever tax and a gigantic capital gains tax that will exceed substantially in many states over 50%. My plan is the opposite. We will lift the workers and we will create savers out of so many people, and we will reward success. We will not punish success. They want to punish success. They want to punish genius. I'm not going to let that happen. I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent and deliver massive tax cuts for families and individuals and businesses that produce jobs. That includes no tax on tips. You know that, right? Going to get rid of the tax on tips. I will cut unnecessary and burdensome regulations, fight every day to make America the best place on earth to build a business, including a crypto business. It's going to be the best place. You're not going to have to go to China. You're not going to have to learn, gee, how do I learn Chinese? I want to learn it very quickly. I have a little granddaughter that speaks fluent Chinese. Can you believe it? And it's a wonderful thing, but it's not easy, but you're not going to have to do it. Most importantly, for our citizens, we will end the inflation nightmare that this administration has created, and we will end it quickly. It's got to end. It's destroying our country. You know, inflation is a country buster. You can go back many, many years to Germany, and you look at what happened to Germany during their huge period of inflation, destroyed the country. It's a country buster. The Bitcoiners, and I say to you that you recognize the dangers of inflation long before most others did. You understood inflation, frankly, better than anybody else. You know that, don't you? If only they had listened. They didn't listen to you. They didn't listen to you. The trillions of dollars in ridiculous waste approved by our opponents resulted in the very inflation disaster that Bitcoiners had always predicted. 20, 30, and even 40% of the value of every dollar was wiped out, and wiped out quickly. You understood that, but a lot of other people didn't. The life savings of millions of Americans was rapidly destroyed. And very simply, uncontrolled inflation is a stealth taxation of the middle class. It really is. It's a stealth taxation. I call it the Biden tax. Now I'll call it the Harris tax, or the Harris-Biden tax, or whatever the hell we're going to call them. But it's a disaster. It's a tax of 50%. It's a 50% tax. Inflation, think of it, it's a 50% tax on people, 50. This is a human tragedy, and it's destroyed people. It's a national disgrace. It's destroyed everything in its way. It must never be allowed to happen again, and it won't. When I'm president, I guarantee you it won't happen, because we're going to do things that make sure it doesn't happen. They've allowed pricing to get totally out of control. We're going to do energy, bring it down to levels that people have not seen in many, many years. We had it at levels. We were at $1.87 for a gallon of gasoline. You don't see that right now. For 4 straight years, under my leadership, we had effectively no inflation, none. When I left office, it was 1.4%, and then it stayed there for almost 2 years. Remember when Biden said it was 9? I inherited 9%. That was just another lie. Misinformation, disinformation. We gave them a hot country. We went through the COVID. We did an incredible job. Never got credit for that. Always got credit for the economy, for the military. We rebuilt the military. We created Space Force. We did so many different things. Never got credit for that. You know what? We gave them a great country with essentially no inflation. And after 2 years, they drove this country, and they drove inflation through the roof. 2 years, cost of living went up, in some cases, by over 50%. And they say 22%. They like to say 22, but it could be much higher, and it is much higher depending on what they include. They don't include things like interest rates that went from 2.5% to 10%, but you can't get the money. When I return to the White House, I will stop the wild and wasteful spending of this administration. I will end the endless wars. They never stop. Again, we had no wars. We had no new wars under your favorite president, President Trump. We had no new wars. They thought I was going to start a war. Let me tell you something. I'm going to stop World War III, because we're closer to World War III than we've ever been since the end of World War II. I will seal the border and stop the invasion of millions of people pouring into our country illegally. We will totally defeat, and we will do this quickly. We will defeat inflation, and together we will bring back the American dream for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We will bring it back, the American dream. You don't even hear the statement American dream anymore. You don't hear those words anymore. We used to talk about the American dream. A lot of you people are in the American dream, but you're going to be crushed if you don't elect me. I hate to tell you. You don't elect me, you're going to be crushed. You're going to say, Alice, what a mistake it was. We went for a person who has no talent. She's been a failure at almost everything she's done instead of Trump. And look at us now. We're going to move into an extremely small house from our beautiful house. But we will end the war on American energy, and we will very simply drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We have to. It's what we have. We have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation in the world, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia. We don't use it. We don't use it. They use it. We don't use it. We go out and buy oil from Venezuela. It's amazing. But we won't stop there. We will harness American energy in all forms. I have set the ambitious goal that by the end of my term, the United States will be the #1 lowest cost of energy and electricity of any nation on earth. We can make it so inexpensively. Because of what we have under our feet, we can make it so inexpensively. And with low energy costs, America will become the world's undisputed Bitcoin mining powerhouse. You'll be a Bitcoin mining powerhouse. You will not have to move your family to China.
Shout out to Clean Spark.
You will not be moving to China. As we implement these reforms, Bitcoin and crypto will grow our economy, cement American financial dominance, and strengthen our entire country long into the future. Many Americans do not realize that the United States government is among the largest holders of Bitcoin. Does anyone know that? How about that? The federal government is almost 210,000 Bitcoin, or 1% of the total supply that will ever exist. But for too long, our government has violated the cardinal rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart. Never sell your Bitcoin, right? That's right, isn't it, huh? That's right. How did I figure that one? Never sell your Bitcoin. And so, as the final part of my plan today, I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. As you know, most of the Bitcoin currently held by the United States government was obtained through law enforcement action. You know that. They took it from you. Let's take that guy's life. Let's take his family, his house, his Bitcoin. We'll turn it into Bitcoin. It's been taken away from you because that's where we're going now. That's where this country is going. It's a fascist regime. And so as I take steps to transform that vast wealth into a permanent national asset to benefit all Americans, today I repeat my pledge to commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served. It's enough. It's enough. That's where we are as a country. Ultimately, my promise to each and every one of you is this: I will be the pro-innovation and pro-Bitcoin president that America needs and our citizens deserve. This will be one industry, but this will be a thriving industry, a great industry, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for every other industry also. Our nation has never thrived by trying to censor new ideas and shut down the dreams of our people. America always plants our flag on the next frontier and pushes boldly ahead. We have to do that. We haven't been doing that for a long time, especially the last 3.5 years. It's gone the exact opposite. Those of you in this room inherit the legacy of generations of American pioneers and patriots, risk takers and renegades who settled this continent, built the modern world, and lived on the bleeding edge. You live on a bleeding edge. You do know that, Bitcoiners, don't you? You are the modern day Edisons and Wright brothers and Carnegies and Henry Fords, and what you do in your lifetime stands a chance to outlive us all and inspire humanity for generations to come. This will go down as a very important day in the history of your industry. Together you are building America's future with your own smarts, your own grit, and your own skin in the game. You have a lot of skin in the game, and that's what you're doing. It takes courage to do it. Most people don't have that courage. My job will be to set you free and to let you do what Americans do best and what you're going to do better than anybody. Win, win, win. You're going to win, win, win. With energy, passion, and brilliance like we have rarely seen before, our country cannot fail. We're in a failing nation right now, but we're not going to be for long. Our country cannot fail. With your help, we will save our nation, we will restore our republic, and we will make America and Bitcoin bigger, better, stronger, richer, freer, and greater than ever before. Thank you all. Have a good time with your Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing with. And we're going to make that one of the greatest industries on earth. Good luck, and God bless you all. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
All right, the former president there, Donald Trump, wrapping up in Nashville, speaking for about a little less than 50 minutes right there, as he is now going to travel from Nashville.
Let's go, man. We got Trump. Y'all see it. Y'all see what's going on. So, you guys heard that? Let me turn this off in the background. All right, you guys heard that? Man, I feel you, Malika CC. That's my president right there. It's a lot to digest. He made it a little political, of course, because he's running for president, but he said some key things in that speech right there. The major thing that stood out to me was he said he's gonna fire Gary Gensler. For you guys who don't know, he's the SEC guy. He's always blocking everything that has to do with cryptocurrency or anything. He's always trying to be so tough on regulation for crypto. He doesn't want to come to an understanding. And Trump said he's getting him out of there on the first day. All right. He said a lot of things in that speech. You know, people can go and look at it again, which I probably will, just to hear him say the stuff he said again. This is an opportunity, guys. Now, leading up into this election, the closer it gets to him being elected, and we watching the polls, if he's winning in the polls, it's going to be good. Okay, I heard him say he wants all the Bitcoin to be mined in America, which is kind of impossible, but what he's saying is he wants to be the leader. So he wants to make it easier for the Bitcoin miners to mine the Bitcoin. I have investments in CleanSpark. That's my Bitcoin miner of choice. But there's a few other Bitcoin miners like Riot Blockchain, Marathon Digital, Bitfarms, Cypher Mining. It's a whole bunch of different miners. And through my research, I feel like CleanSpark would be probably the best one out of all of them. I'm talking as far as growth. And this right here is history. You're watching history, guys. You never seen a president even acknowledge cryptocurrency, let alone go speak at the biggest crypto event in the world. This is major. Okay, it's more than him was there. So you guys let this digest. Okay, do not rush and do anything. Remember this when the market starts to go down. Okay, remember this. I now have like $400 in my buying power. I haven't bought anything while this market is going up like this. I just been waiting. Yes, sir. I have been calling it double speak. I've been saying this for a long time now. Maybe since KB came on his platform and it gave me an opportunity to have my platform, I've been talking about this. But yet and still, we so focused on nonsense. I've been talking about this. And you guys are seeing it play out right in your face. All right. So he said Bitcoin to the moon. Did you hear him say that? That is a term in the investment world when we think things are going to go up. He also said, never sell your Bitcoin. I heard him say when he get in office, he's going to make sure America doesn't sell what they have on their balance sheet, because America has been selling the Bitcoin little by little with this regime we got in office right now. But it seems like Trump gets it. It seems like somebody been in Trump ear, because not too long ago, Trump wasn't with Bitcoin. Somebody broke it down and he's beginning to understand it. All right. Of course it's political, but you got to think about what I just said. If it's political, that means it's big enough for it to be political. For him to even come to this conference today, it lets you know how big crypto is going to become. And I just want to say this, man, we still are on the front side of this thing. When I hear people say, Bitcoin is too high, it's already at 60, 70,000. And I say, guys, this is the first time ever you've seen a president talk like this. The first time ever. It's still a baby. The crypto market only been around maybe 15 years. It's still a baby. So I wouldn't keep not paying attention to this, especially when the whole world is paying attention to this. All right. For that man to get up there and speak, even come into the building, that's history. Right? So you guys make sure you're paying attention. What up, Benjamin Scott? See you pulling up. Exodore Hemlin. Yes, indeed. He said he's going to fire that dude that's running the ACC. That's what he said is first thing he's going to do. He's going to fire him on day one. Wow. Did you hear the roars from the crowd? This is amazing. Okay. Clara says he said his sons taught him. His VP has over 200,000 in Bitcoin. So our vice president has a vested interest in seeing Bitcoin be protected and rising. So I guess what Clara is saying there is the vice president candidate that he's going to have is already have Bitcoin. And his interest is for it to go up. So make sure you remember this when you see the market going down. Okay. I haven't bought anything today, right? Remember, I've been positioning myself. So I'm just waiting for a downturn. All right. If you notice, when he first got up there and start talking, the market started going down. It's almost rebounded since he's been talking, right? Do not rush. Time is your friend. Take your time with it. Still get the understanding of what it actually is. All right. You know it's something if a presidential candidate is talking about it. Not one, but it's two. JFK was, Robert Kennedy was there earlier talking. Right? So if you see this, think about the future. Think about where you could be in the future. Do not rush into this. Don't just rush and start buying because you saw this, right? Just understand the impact that this is going to have on the world in the future, and slowly start to get yourself involved, right? Slowly start to understand, what are you doing? Remember, I use throwaway money, right? Every day is another day. I haven't bought anything in about 2 weeks. The last time I bought something was July 4th when the market crashed. You have to be patient. Be patient. Wait for your opportunity. Okay? Be patient. When I see the market, I've been just putting money in my buying power. So I got about $400 on the sideline right now waiting for this market for any kind of weakness I see in this market. I do not like to buy when the market is rising. That's me personally, right? So don't just rush in here thinking, oh, Bitcoin going to the moon because Trump talked about it. No, this is a statement for the relevancy of Bitcoin now, right? The market is still going to move like the market is moving. We're still going to have ups. We're still going to have downs. But now we're mainstream now. We're mainstream. All right. So you guys take this into consideration. You know, make a mental note of this. Right? Understand we here now. We here now. We on the map now. It's on the map. Right? I hope this man get elected. If he get elected, it's over with. We're gonna see a lot of laws passed, a lot of policies passed, and you do not want to wait until then because you'll be the Mr. Train again, you know. But all this has done today was solidify the fact that we are here. It's an official asset now. You have to pay attention. America has to pay attention. So when you see these people saying stupid stuff like, we don't want no Bitcoin, the Bitcoin is a scam, understand that they're foolish, right? So I guess Trump's scamming people now. You know what I'm saying? I guess America is scamming. Well, we can't say that because America has definitely been on some bullshit. But I guess a presidential candidate is speaking about something that I've been speaking about for like maybe 4 years now, 4 years now. Pay attention. This can change your life, you know, especially your children's life. A couple of weeks ago, at SRP, you probably would have said XRP went down to 38 cents, about 2,000 of it. Yep, that's good. I think it went down. Yeah, it did go down in that area, like around 40 something. I bought when it went down 4th of July. I remember 4th of July, July 5th. I grabbed some around 41 cents. I couldn't catch the actual bottom because I thought it was going to keep going down. I let the market go down, and when it started popping back up a little bit, that's when I bought it a little bit. So I didn't catch the absolute bottom, but I caught it at pretty close. I got it around 41 cents when it dropped around July 5th. So this is why I tell you guys don't rush, right? I put the money over there on purpose, right? I don't leave the money in my bank and transfer. No, as soon as I get my money, my paycheck, I transfer money right away. That way, the money is not in my account to be spent. What I don't see, I don't remember. You know what I mean? And I just leave it there and wait for an opportunity when I see weakness in the market. And then I start to deploy the capital, right? I just pile the capital up, waiting for a downturn. When the downturn comes, that's when I start deploying the capital. Right? That's when I start to buy little by little when the downturn comes. Being consistent with the deposits, right? Friday was yesterday. I put money in there. I didn't buy anything. I just put the money over there. That way, when the opportunity presents itself, I'll be in grand position to take full advantage of it. You never know. The market might drop 1 o'clock on a Wednesday, right? And you're not paying attention. You don't have money in there. You didn't spent all your money out of your paycheck. You didn't prepare yourself for that, right? You never know when the market drop. Make sure you have dry powder, which is nothing but cash, okay? Disposable income needs to be ready to take advantage of opportunities in the market. Understand, Bitcoin is official, okay? This just cemented it. For anybody that having any doubts about this asset, that should be all gone now when you see something like that. A presidential candidate talking about it. He's letting you know he felt it necessary for him to stop what he was doing to come pull up at this event and talk to these people. He found that important or he wouldn't have did it. Pay attention, man. Think about the future. Don't think about today. Think about the future, where the world is going to be in the future. Okay? We are in a grand position to create wealth for our future and our future generations, right? Bitcoin is the guide for the rest of the crypto market, right? The opportunity is not in Bitcoin. The opportunity is in the altcoins like Ethereum, XRP, Crowcoin, Solana, Cardano, BNB, all of those tokens, because the liquidity is going to flow out of Bitcoin and it's going to go into those smaller tokens, right? The focus now is on Bitcoin. My focus is on the altcoins because Bitcoin's getting all the attention. Nobody's paying attention to the smaller tokens, right? We want to position ourselves to take advantage of these markets. I like to see Bitcoin rise because it brings the whole market up with it. Then once Bitcoin starts to, we have alt season, well, Bitcoin season and alt season. Right now we have Bitcoin season. Altcoin season is coming. That's when the altcoins start going crazy and the dominance of Bitcoin starts to fade, and it starts to go into the altcoins. This is a market, it moves in tandem. Bitcoin pushes the market, right? The opportunity is in the smaller tokens. These are opportunities that can triple, quadruple your net worth. Okay, Bitcoin will be a store of value. I heard him say people will start to put their savings into Bitcoin. Do you hear what he's saying? Biz been saying this though. Trump just co-signed everything I've been saying. So, shout out to y'all. Not an asset. Asset makes it get taxed higher. Taxed higher. I wanted to go down to 20 cents. Me too. Shoot, if it go down to 20 cents, I'm going to get a loan and I'm going to buy some more. C Child said I ain't missing the train this time. Facts, man. Just stay patient, man. Stay vigilant. Don't rush. Just because you see the market going up, remember, you should be selling when the market goes up. If you feel like selling, if you don't want to sell, just wait. But you shouldn't be buying when the market is rising. That's why people get left and that's why people get destroyed. Because they start to buy the market as it's taking off and it's already too late. You should be positioning yourself during the bear market, during the times when it's down, during the times when everybody's complaining and crying and shit. That's when you should be positioning yourself. Right? You should already be positioned in this market. Understand this shit. The market goes in cycles, okay? We're coming towards the end of the bull cycle. Remember, Bitcoin started rising when it was at 15,000. The bull market has been on for a while. From 15 all the way here. We're almost at the end of this bull cycle. Closer to the election, as soon as I get any kind of win that he's going to be winning the election, I will be exiting the market. Because that will be pandemonium. That will be at an all-time high where everybody's talking about it and everybody wants it and it's the hottest thing on the street. That's when I'm selling. And I'm just being honest. I'll be selling into that strength, right? Positioning myself for the next bear market. And then during the bear market is when I'll be accumulating. When everybody's saying the stock market is crashing, when they saying all the negative stuff, that's when I'm buying. When everybody wants it, by that time the money is made already. Okay? People are now talking. Trump is talking about this. It's 68,000. Biz is talking about this. It was 12,000. I mean, it's 15,000. This is hot facts, guys. Keep this shit in your mind. But salute to the chat, man. Black Queen 82. Man, you might want to catch this replay. Don't go all the way to the beginning because for some reason Rumble was messing up. I had to get the stream. Shout out to Clara for getting that all set for us. Shout out to Clara for that, man. She got all this set for got the right stream in here, sent me the right link to the stream and shit. This shit crazy over here just a while ago. I was about to get upset. Rumble, I don't know who's working the internet over there, but it's not good, you know. So we did get to see the speech. We see he kept it political. Of course, he's going to do that. But he made some key statements in there that I'm sure will be highlighted, right? And you guys had a chance to see it here first. I'm just a little excited, man, be honest with you, right? It's making me know that I've been on the right track. Right, it's making me understand that Biz, you ain't been doing nothing wrong. You've been knowing what you've been doing. You did your research and you've been paying attention and you see the value. And now it's just coming to fruition, right? Position yourself. I've been stacking up on money, buying power, waiting for any kind of weakness. You know, if something break out tomorrow and it's some kind of war on the horizon. Remember, Donald Trump was just here talking about this. That's when you get excited, when the market goes down. So, Whoopi said, Biz, with my wrench. Yep, YouTube was messing up. It all was messing up. But we did get the, hey, I'm an owner of Rumble. Watch your tongue. Oh, you got some ownership in Rumble. That's what's up. I appreciate you guys for supporting me, man. This was for you. You know, I'm happy to hear what he said, but a lot of the stuff he said I heard before, but just coming out of his mouth is very major, man. It's very, very major, okay? So pay attention, man. Don't listen to these naysayers when they tell you, oh, Bitcoin ain't nothing. I don't want your Bitcoin. Nobody don't care about Bitcoin. Those are the idiots. Those are the idiots in the room. And you know something else? This president is not just a regular president. He's a businessman up there talking about this investment, right? So do not get scared. Make sure you paying attention. I'm going to always do streams, right? I'm not going anywhere. I will be here talking about this. You know, I will understand what's going on in the market after this speech is gone. Right, I will see when the charts are starting to tell me that the market is going down. I will prepare myself and everybody in the community. Right, we just have to stay focused on these things. These type of things will change the trajectory of your grandkids' lives. While most people are focused on things that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, not at all. It shouldn't matter. This video should have been played for the whole sector. Should have saw this. Everybody in this sector that we always argue, this should have been blasted all over the fucking sector. But hey, everybody can't get the money because then it won't be nobody to take my order when I want my food. It won't be nobody to cook, right? So shout out to y'all. Yes, I'm invested in XRP. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Said Biz, I'm dropping my cash. Cash butterflies, you funny as hell. Benjamin Scott, appreciate what you do, bro. Thank you. Salute to you, bro. Okay, Whoopi Rock. You can buy Bitcoin in overseas. Bitcoin is worldwide, so try to look and see how you can get yourself involved. You know, look, pay attention. I won't be leaving. I will be here. Okay? Fuck this speech, right? We excited, it's over with. The speech is over with. What about the future, right? The market will move. You will get scared. Remember, it's a solid asset, okay? When the market goes down, I get happy. I get to buy more of what I like for cheaper, right? If my account is in the red, so what? If I can continuously buy at the lower levels, my account will turn green. You guys know every position that I own right now is in the green. Every single one of them. Why? Because I was buying before today. Been buying the past 3 years. So every single position I've been buying is green. Has it always been like that? No. I've seen downturns. I've been down as much as $9,000 in the hole. Right? But I just constantly kept buying. Not worried about what anyone said. Not worried about the news, nothing. I did my research on the asset. I was down $9,000 and I still was buying. Okay, steady buying. Now I'm up. Every single position I own, I'm in the green. All right. I remember the last time I showed you my XRP position. I told you if it passed like 54 cents, I would be green. XRP is at 61 cents and it's showing no signs of weakness at all. It's just all strength. I'm like, damn, the whole market was down the other day. XRP was the only one that wasn't down. I'm like, what is going on? Is this thing about to explode for real? Right? I still haven't bought anymore. I'm waiting for I'm being patient. You know, I'm being patient. Patient work both ways, on the upside and the downside, right? For you guys that doesn't own anything, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just throw a little something to just get your feet in the game, understanding that the market could go down, right? But just build off of it. Consistency is key. You know? Same way everybody buy Jordans every week. You should be able to buy a little Bitcoin every week, right? They've been laughing at me all over, telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't nobody want this. Don't nobody want that. It looked like I'm the one laughing at everybody else. You know, so y'all could be laughing right along with me. Just stay focused. You know, stay focused. Throw away money. That's the key. Do not invest what you don't have. And none of what I say is financial advice. This is only information. You do your own research and you choose to buy, hold, or sell on your own. But with that being said, what up, Clean? I see you just pulling up. Neva, what you said? I seen that just now. I said, do you see my question? What was your question? Let me look up and find it. Let me see. Neva. Are you able to do an investment one-on-one video, how-to video? Neva, I have done that so many times, right? But I can do it. I do that all the time. I always say how to, right? I use crypto.com. Okay, it's an app on the App Store. You can download it. It's free to download. I use crypto.com to buy my cryptocurrencies. I could put my referral link in the chat. Or it could be in my description or whatever, my referral link, that if you click the link and you sign up, I'll get profit from it. But I don't care about that. I'm more concerned with you getting the application. It's in the App Store. Crypto.com. It's a blue app. Download that shit. Right? Look through it. Fill it out. Then you have for my stocks, I use Webull, that's what I use, but they do have Robinhood. You know, that's a good brokerage. They do have Fidelity and all of those. You could buy stocks on all of these platforms. You know, let me see what else. For crypto, you have Coinbase is another one. You know, Kraken, that's another exchange. But me personally, I would be sticking to crypto.com and Coinbase. Those are the ones that's good to me. They have Binance too, but Binance been getting in a lot of trouble. They've been sued and all that. So crypto.com and Coinbase. Coinbase actually is going to be good, period, because BlackRock backs Coinbase. So we know Coinbase ain't going nowhere. So Coinbase would be a good application as well. You know, crypto.com is more friendly. It's more user friendly than something like a Coinbase. You get on Coinbase, you get lost. You'll be like, what in the hell is going on? And for the people that follow me, I always say I use crypto.com, because that way, if you have crypto.com and I have crypto.com, I can help you navigate through the app a little bit better. You know, that's why I always say crypto.com. Because when you start showing me Coinbase, I'm familiar with that app, but I don't use it every day like I use crypto.com. So I'll be able to say, oh, go to this section. This is where you find that. This is where you find that. You know, the biggest thing is getting the fucking exchange, you know, and getting in your mindset like, man, this might be something I might want to just lose some money on. You know, you understand what I just said? If you come in the mindset understanding that you're going to lose the money, you'll be just fine. Whatever you put in there, think you just burnt it. You threw it in the gas and it's on fire, right? Understand how much money you want to lose and then go from there, you know? and continuously do research, stay in the news, make sure you up on your game, and you should be just fine. You say, I got 2 of my co-workers on investing, so believe me, you helping people, Biz. Yo, bro, C. Childs, just stick with it, bro. Just stick with it. Trust me. Just stick with it. Don't give up. When that market start to act up and it's not doing what you want, the only thing you can do is buy more. Right? Just buy more of the favorite assets. Make sure the assets you buying ain't no bull jive, though. Don't just jump on the hottest coin because everybody got it, because that's how you get smoked. That's how you lose money. Make sure you do your own research. I appreciate that, C. Childs. Cortez, salute to the real. Appreciate you pulling up. This was a good stream. You guys, if you missed Trump speaking on this cryptocurrency, he just had a nice speech. You might want to rewind it somewhere to around the 15-minute mark when he came on, because in the first part of the stream, Rumble was going crazy. They didn't have a good solid connection. It kept rewinding itself. This shit was going crazy. So I had to find the right proper stream to get us going. But Trump definitely came on here. He definitely spoke about crypto. So you guys need to be watching this and not who give a fuck about who beefing with each other. All we got out of that was a laugh. Nobody made $1 listening to that shit. What you did was stress your own brain out, trying to have an opinion about some shit that doesn't even matter. It don't matter. What I just showed, it matters. So pay attention, guys. All right? Stay focused. And I'm about to be out of here. I only been buying Chronos and XRP. That's a solid. Hey, C-Child, what I encourage you to do is go do some research on both of those. Make sure you staying up on it. Yo, Biz, you remind me of that line in the movie Pulp Fiction. It goes, which one is your wallet? He says, the one that says bad motherfucker. Let's go, Gerald. We in here. So rewind if you missed Trump because you were focused on drama, right? Rewind it and go pay attention. Trump supporting Bitcoin. Salute to the chat. Trump 2024. Bitcoin to the moon. And I appreciate all the supporters. And we going to get this bag together. And our family should be straight in the future. Might not be for you. You're not buying this for you. You're buying this for your kids and your kids' kids. That's when it's going to come to fruition. Okay? So pay attention. All right, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm buying XRP. I'm buying Crow token. I'm not buying when the market is up. When you see the market go down, you don't have to ask. You already know what time it is. And I'm buying XLM. I like XLM too. It's around 6 or 7, maybe 8 or 9 cents, something around in that area. XLM is similar to XRP. Okay. I've been buying those tokens. These things you hear that I say I'm buying, I'm not telling you to buy. You should do some research on these tokens before you go buying them, right? And I'm also got a little bit of Shiba Inu as well, because when meme season come, I'll be positioned to take advantage of that category. So shout out to y'all, man. Y'all go ahead and have some fun. We can laugh and joke the rest of the day. The important part is out the way. Remember, time is your friend. Time in the market is better than timing the market, and ownership is the key to wealth, not money. Shout out to y'all, man. I'll holla at y'all. Watch the replay if you missed it, man. Trump was just on this thing. Holla.